Welcome to Hello English Teacher. Today let's look at the sample question paper of 2021 English Language and Literature Class 10 and English Core Class 12. So if you are watching my video for the first time, please subscribe. You can listen to the explanations of chapters from classes 10, 11 and 12 English, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a video. Let's move on to the video now. So let's look at the new pattern of the question paper for the board exam that will be held in October or November. So we have this new pattern and the marks and the types of questions and all these we will look at it now. First let's look at the class 10 question paper. So English Language and Literature class 10, the total marks is 40. You will be writing for 40 marks and the question paper is divided into 3 sections. Section A, Section B and Section C. Section A consists of reading, where you will get 2 comprehension questions, and the first comprehension questions will have 10 questions where you need to answer 8 questions, and the second paragraph, the second passage will have 8 questions and you will need to answer 6 questions. So totally there will be 14 questions which you are going to answer out of 18 questions. So the marks for section A is 14. So the next section is section B, which is writing and grammar. So there will be 10 questions totally from writing and grammar, 12 questions totally, out of which you need to answer only 10 questions. Then comes section C, literature, where you will be having a total of 30 questions and you need to answer only 26 out of the 30 questions. So now let's look at the questions section by section. So section A, I told you, is reading section, which carries 14 marks. So you will have 2 reading comprehensions. So about 450 to 350 words. The first one will be about 400 to 500 words and the second comprehension would be somewhere between 300 to 500 words. So the first comprehension will have total of 10 questions, all are MCQs and you will have to answer any 8 out of them. And the second passage or the second reading comprehension will be a smaller one and there will be a total of 8 questions, out of which you need to answer only 6 questions. So totally there are 18 questions and you need to answer only 14 questions. So now let's look at the next section, that is section B, which is grammar and writing. So for grammar you might have already seen MCQs, because last year also you would have written a lot of papers with such questions. So from grammar you will have 6 questions and out of that you need to answer only any 5. Similarly in writing also you will have 6 questions and you will have to answer any 5. So when you say writing, there also all the questions are MCQs. So you need to be very thorough with the formats of all the writing. You are going to write a letter of complaint, letter of placing an order and enquiry letter. So from these questions will be asked in MCQ patterns. So out of 6 questions you need to answer any 5. So totally section B carries 10 marks for grammar and writing. So now let's look at the last section, which is literature, and it carries 26 marks. So it will start with question number 31 to 60 is the question numbers. The questions carry these numbers. So you will have question Roman letter 5 to 9 is the question numbers. So Roman letter 5 to 8 will have extracts, that is paragraphs from either lessons or stanzas from poems, and from each paragraph or stanza you will have 5 MCQs. So totally there will be 20 MCQs in this pattern, and then the last 51 to 60 will be 10 standalone MCQs. So totally there will be 30 MCQs in section C with literature questions, questions from literature, and from all these 30 questions you can answer any 26. So this is for 26 marks. So totally now the marks is given as 40 marks in the question paper, but totally you will be answering 50 questions, because 14 plus 10 plus 26 is 50. So you will be answering 50 questions. So what we understand is each question cannot carry 1 mark. Either if they are giving 1 mark, what they have to do, they have to bring down the total to 40, or each question can be given 0.8 marks so that 40 marks can be obtained. So this is the pattern of class 10 English language and literature paper. So now let's look at the class 12 English core pattern of 2021. So this paper is also for 40 marks. So it is almost similar to the class 10 English language and literature. Only small difference is there in the section B. So here also section A has 2 comprehensions and the marks is 14. Section B with writing alone, there is no grammar for class 12. So 10 out of 12 questions to be answered, and in section C literature 26 out of 30 questions to be answered. So now let's look at the sample pattern section by section. So it is very similar to the question paper of class 10 English. So here also the section A contains reading, which is for 14 marks or 14 questions to be answered. Reading comprehension, there will be 2 paragraphs, 2 comprehension passages. The first one you will have to answer any 8 out of 10 questions, and for the second reading comprehension you will answer any 6 out of 8 questions. So you will be totally answering 14 questions in section A. Now let's look at section B. So section B here carries only the writing section. So there are 10 questions that you should answer from the writing section. So here also all the writing skills are converted into MCQs. So you will not have to write a letter or a notice or a classified ad. So questions will be asked based on the pattern and based on the format and based on the content that you are going to write in all these. So you should be very thorough with all of these so that you can answer questions. So there are 2 subsections here where you will have to write 4 questions out of 5 and then 6 questions out of 7. So totally you will be writing 10 questions in the writing section. So now let's look at the last section, that is literature section, where you will have to answer 26 questions out of 30. So here also you will have paragraphs from which questions will be asked. There will be 4 paragraphs from either poetry or from your prose, and 5 questions, 5 MCQs from each. So totally 20 questions to be answered, and then 10 standalone MCQs. So totally there will be 30 MCQs altogether, from which you need to answer only any 26. Okay, so questions from 31 to 60 is in the literature section. So here also totally you are going to answer 50 questions, and so the marks, if they correct it for 1 mark each, then they will have to bring down the mark to 40, or each question can be given 0.8 marks, so that when you correct the marks will become 40. So this is the new pattern of the question paper which will be used for the first board exam that will be happening in October or November. So I hope you liked today's video. For more informative videos, subscribe to Hello English Teacher. Like, share and give your valuable comments below. Thank you for watching.